Good morning students. Today we will be discussing 2018 question 11. This is the question. Again before watching this video, attempt this question on your own at least once. So you will get better results from the video and it will save your time. This is the second part of the question. So you have two options. You have to choose one of them. So UPSC directly asks which one you will choose and why. I will pursue matter strictly. Reasons: tax collection and setting up hospital are separate items. They are not same. So one has no relation with other. So one duty should not infringe on the other. Both are separate. They cannot be combined. And second, if there are unnecessary and outdated steps, then they can be simplified and rationalized with procedure established by law. That means if there are unnecessary steps, then we can remove them. This will reduce burden not only on doctor but on everyone else. But however, if they are not unnecessary details, then that means the technical details exist for a reason. So they are important. So when they are important and when they exist for a reason, we cannot ignore them. If we ignore them, it can lead to serious consequences. So that is why these details are there. They are not unnecessary steps. So we cannot ignore them. And next point. Doctor has already showed substantial tax evasion. Maybe correcting the technical details may reveal more. Many times it happens. To avoid tax, sometimes people do technical changes and they may call it as even errors. So we need to be sure. For that we need to correct technical details so that it can reveal more. And then we would also be upholding rule of law. As I said, rule of law should not be violated easily. And that is what is written here. My belief is that means are also important just like ends. Building hospital is good, but it should be built through right means. Building hospital by fully complying with rule of law would result in much better good to the society. Ignoring rule of law may result in more bad than good. So we need to uphold rule of law, and means are also as important as ends. As such, if you want to build a hospital, you need to build it lawfully. You cannot get money from somewhere else. That could lead to much more problems, and that is why it might result in more bad. So following rule of law is essential to do in much better good to the society. And there is also my responsibility and accountability, and there are also values of my profession and values of my office that I need to uphold. For example, as a tax investigator, my role is to investigate tax and ensure its compliance in every way possible, including technical details. So my role is only to investigate. It doesn't matter where the tax goes or what they do. That is not my role. My role is to investigate. And only by doing my job properly, I would be doing much good to the society. I would be professional. I would be upholding the values of my office and profession. I would be accountable for my actions. I would be responsible for my actions. How the tax money is spent should not concern me. People can say that we are using it for hospital, but they may also not use that for hospital. And I do not have expertise to check that, and it is also not my duty. So my duty is, as a tax investigator, to have the right compliance in tax. That is my duty, and that I have to do. Because only if I do my duty properly, society will be good. If I go into other areas, then I might do much more harm, because I don't know if the tax will definitely be used for hospital, and also it is not my area of expertise, and it is also not my duty. So that is why I have to be solely concerned with my role, because with that only I would be able to do much more good to the society, because I would be holding the values of my profession, my office, and I would be accountable for my actions. So be very careful. And next is, I will help doctor in every way to get the process done quickly. I would see that from my hand I could do everything as much as possible, even talk to my colleagues, so that doctor gets freed up as early as possible so that he can soon set up the hospital. So that is not an issue. So the citizens filing tax returns doesn't mean they have to give up on all other major goals. Yes, filing returns is part of life and society. See, filing various kinds of tax returns is part of society. We cannot say that because I am filing tax today I won't do any other work. It takes time. Definitely it takes time. That doesn't mean we stop going to our work. We go to our work. We do everything we do, but we also take some time out to file taxes. Filing taxes doesn't mean you won't do other things. Both have no relations at all. One thing is different from the other thing. So because of these reasons, when you see it comes to around 244 words, so because of these reasons I would act strictly, because if I do not act strictly it might result in much more harm to the society. So these are the things that have to come to your mind comprehensively. It's not just simple whether you will allow hospital or not. It's just not that simple. In ethics things are much more complex because our society is complex. So we need to make sure that we are fully understanding the situation. So we will try to help the doctor. We will try to keep our professional values. We will try to be concerned with our duty, because by performing our duty we would be doing much more good. We will try to uphold rule of law, and the means are of paramount importance, not only ends. And doctor and correcting technical details may reveal more, and technical details exist for a reason. That's why we need to be sure, be thorough, and both are separate matters: tax collection, setting up hospital. So even though you might find that UPSC is trying to nudge you towards taking a broader view, but that's not UPSC is trying to do. UPSC is trying to give all the arguments that come to someone's mind when taking an ethical decision. But in this situation you need to pursue the matter strictly because of all the reasons I have stated above. Because if he is genuine, if the doctor really wants to set up hospital, then irrespective of tax issues he will set up the hospital. And the technical details, if they are not serious, then he should do it anyway since they are not serious. And how much time will it take up? It's not like it will take up much time. It is part of life. If we need to do tax correctly, he will do it. Won't take much time and he can set up the hospital. There's no issue at all. But if he tries to link both of them, that means he's trying to blackmail. Maybe he wants to evade more tax. Then only he's saying, if you allow me to keep my tax, I would set up the hospital. Then that becomes blackmail and intimidation. Then that might do much more harm to the society. So both are separate issues. We will solve the tax issues on its own. We will try to help as much as possible. They won't take much time. And my role is to ensure that tax issues are solved. So we will pursue the matter strictly because of the reasons I have stated. Thank you.